What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have an 11 through 16 with a little bit of a heated seat problem. I'm gonna show you what we found, yikes, and how to fix it the PTT way. All right, guys, let's check it out. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for coming back and checking us out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We have a 2016 F350 and the customer complaint is both, I said both, heated seats do not function. So upon preliminary inspection underneath the passenger seat, I want to show you what we found and what you can look for too if your heated seat does not work. So underneath, here is the heated seat module. This is the big bolt connector that supplies power to the module. And I want you to look at the connector. Look at how burned that is. Ain't that nasty? Well, that unfortunately has totally deteriorated that circuit, popped the fuse, and we are going to replace the connector, the module, and then we're going to test for operation because nothing works. So here are the parts that you're going to need. This is the electrical connector with, I'm telling you, all of the pins. Quite a large bolt connector. Here is the module. Here it is out of the box. And it is pretty much just a little circuit board inside two plastic clamshells that one houses the mounting and the electrical connector connections. All right, so we have already popped the seat back. The front and rear seat bolts are 21s, no big deal. The key is not in the ignition. I didn't disconnect the battery, but I am going to show you guys how to disconnect this connector right here so that you can get a little more slack with the seat because we are almost tethered all the way out. So I'm gonna get a little pocket screwdriver here. All right, so you get your little pocket screwdriver and see that button? See how the button's being depressed down right past this plastic piece? That's gonna allow you to swing this open just like that. See how I did that? And that will allow you to completely remove this connector from the seat. Now, you can either take the seat out or you can leave it in the truck and just lean the seat all the way back. And now your work area is literally right here. This is what we're going to be messing with. So here is that connector I just showed you guys in the beginning. Look how burned that is. Pretty crazy. There's just a little button to pull that out of this connector, hard shell. And then these ones are kind of different. So we have a little blue thing that we need to pop up. Out of its little cavity right here. See how I just pulled that out? And then that is going to reveal a button that you can pull out. Once I get it out, I'll show you. See how you have to pull the blue thing out? And then you can push this button. Same thing for this one. Kind of pop it out and then the button is right there. Same concept, just looks a little different. But here are all of the connectors. They're only going to go in one way. You can't mix this one up with the other one, and this one is, well, kind of obvious where that goes. So let me get a 7 milli. I'm going to roll these screws out and we'll take a look at the module. Seven millis. And then here's the module. You can see it's burned in there. Let's take this apart really quick. All it is just clammed, shelled together plastic. And we can see what the circuit board looks like. There's our burned terminal. Smells like burned electrical. So that's going down underneath here to this lug. That looks a little discolored. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the board. Let's get the new module installed right now. All right, here it is. New module going in, 7 millis. Modulio low installed. Now what we're gonna have to do is mess with this connector. Now we can do this a couple of ways. You guys saw the connector hard shell, looks identical except for the burn. Even the side, you can see the side over here is all whacked. So technically speaking, you're gonna need to cut and splice all these wires, but that's gonna be a hell of a chore. Really, all we need is one wire and the hard shell. So this is what I'm gonna do. What we're gonna do is we're gonna depin this whole entire thing, and I'm just gonna keep the one circuit that I need, which is the one that's burned. I want the circuit, I want the white part, and I want the whole connector hard shell. But if you guys remember, maybe no, not on this connector. For example, this connector here. This white piece pops out this way. In fact, is this down all the way? Yeah, it's down all the way, but this whole white thing will pop out of the connector. So when you look at this connector, you would think maybe the same thing. However, this opening right here is going to dictate that this white piece is actually going to slide out of this connector like that. Over here, pocket screwdriver, white tab. You're going to push the white tab, and that's going to happen. You're going to work this whole plastic piece all the way out, and you're going to save this because you want to use this. Now, if you guys remember the dually light video where we used the depinning tool, which we're going to use right now. So here's the depinning tool. This is what I use for all the Ford ones. And each terminal in here has a little foot that you have to release, and if you do something like this, if you get underneath here, you're able to pull this pin out. I'm going to repeat that same thing for all of them except for my pin that I want to use. It's not that hard to do. Okay, finished product. This is what we want right here. And in fact, so that we're not goofing around and this is in our way, we're just going to take this one out and easily put it back in. So we're just working with Darth Vader. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing to this one. Hopefully this plastic piece slides out okay. Might not because it's burned. Okay, she doesn't want to come out easily. We'll go another avenue because we're not going to use this connector anymore. We just want the pins. We're going to have to remember the positions of them. So, okay, this one we're going to have to dissect a little. You might have to cut out this bad section. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to try to cut out the melted part. I don't need this plastic here. Don't need that. I'm like the ace in the hole. I'm like the trump card. You're a wild card. Son of a bitch.
15 minutes.
For real?
No pressure.
Well, you can see where we started and where we ended up. It was no big deal. I mean, it just took a lot of prying and pushing, and well, we got it all the way almost out. So I'm gonna pull it out the rest of the way with you, and then we'll be able to take these pins out. It's like the spine of the connector. There we go. Now she all the way out. That little burn spot was holding us up this whole time. All right. So now we're gonna go back to the regular programming, and we're gonna start with this green and red tracer. Pull this pin out. Okay, first pin. Transplanting. Where's our new connector? Can't see it, the light's blinding me. We're holding this the same way, and we're gonna put this in just like that. Okay, we're gonna let this little dingleberry here just chill. We're gonna go to the next one, repeat the same process, one terminal at a time. It really makes this that much better, because I wouldn't want to see you guys put this huge wiring repair and stuff. It's kind of cumbersome when you're putting all those butt connectors, and you don't really have a whole lot of slack in the seat harness to stagger everything, and just going to wind up being a pain in the butt. So this is what I've done for the last many. I wouldn't say this is a common thing, but I've done 4 or 5 of them. Just one at a time. Okay, we're skipping one here. This is our problem guy. So I'm gonna cut this right there. Now we're gonna be working on the other row. See how we're just carrying right along. I'm gonna start in this corner. I'm gonna pull this green with red tracer out. putting them back in the exact same spot. Make sure you hear it click. I didn't hear it. There we go. Okay, 2 more left. We got a baby blue and a brown. Last one. And we can get rid of this nasty, oh, look at this connector. Plug that right in. Check it out. We have successfully transplanted all those pins, guys. Look at that. Why would you want to do that wiring repair and have all of these wires? You're gonna have, your harness is gonna look like it's having a baby. Hey man, that's not cool. So now we're gonna put our remaining pin in. We have to skip one. There was no pin in that one, so we're gonna do something kind of like this. Try to get this the appropriate length. I wish they would have used the same gauge. All right, I'm gonna clip off just a smidge more. Whee! I'm gonna clip off a smidge more. Okay, I can dig that. My crimpers, my strippers. Going factory harness, a factory circuit. Now in that connector kit, you're gonna have heat shrink and booty connectors. So I do not like to use the full length ones because it's just too much. So I chop these boys in half. And gonna get this non-insulated barrel connector. No, we're not going to be soldering. We're making lifetime connections here. Okay. I'm gonna slide this boy in. Keep this the same way. Get that in there just a little bit more. Right there. Now we're going to clip our final connection. If I can get it in there. Nope, one strand was out. Gotta get all the strands in. There we go. Hit it with a little heat. Give it a little slide down. Get it till that glue comes out. Boom. That, my friends, is how you successfully repair your 11 through 16. Oh, I got this thing backwards. Your 11 through 16 heated seat.
It's hitting that pin.
And you just slide it all the way, engaging it in. And then the last step is to plug everything back in. Blue tab, back in, blue tab. Hey, let's put this seat back down and test for operation. All right, connector on and connected. We're gonna put the seat back down. The last thing we're gonna do is start the truck up. 2016. Got 142,000 on it. Very good condition. Now, the controls for the heated seats, unlike the Luma Duty, are down here. They are on the Sync 2 screen. And this is the truth. This is the final truth right now. Boom. Heated seat. Heated seat. If you guys can come closer to the passenger seat, listen to the relay click in the module. Listen. AC. Heat. AC. Heat. These were not even functioning prior to the installation of the module because it was all burned. So if you're not seeing this and you have this problem, you might want to look down here under the passenger seat because you might find your problem right there. All right, guys, tell me what you think about this in the comment section below. If you've ever had to replace your heated seat module on your 11 through 16, let me know in the comments. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I'll see you next time. See ya.